Hey guys, it's Tom Cherams with the FujiNet project, and I want to do a small video here showing how to use the Netcat tool, which you may have used standalone inside SpartaDOS X and other command line DOSes. It provides an alternative way to take and connect to BBSes or other hosts, for example, and do so very quickly and very efficiently when you don't need much in the way of terminal emulation. Since I have NC here on my SpartaDOS disk, and it sees that it's inside of a command line DOS, it gives me, instead of the prompts that you see when you normally run Netcat, you see a usage. And the most common usage is literally just to provide a protocol, like here, with a host name and a port number. And since this is essentially an emulated Atari running on a raw socket here, the standard TCP protocol adapter works just fine. Once we do this, we'll find ourselves connecting up to basement BBS. You see, it just works. Now, because of the way the end device actually works, there's no throttling involved. So everything is processed as quickly as the packets come across the wire. But because the terminal control codes for a ASCII are just part of the native editor device, they work just fine as well. So you can see I'm zooming through this very quickly. I don't have any new messages. Okay, great. So far, so good. It seems to be running just fine. Okay, so I know that that's working. I can take and I'm done here. I don't have any new messages. I can exit. And we'll see once it's finished, it takes and disconnects. Boom, and we're dropped right back out to a prompt. Which means we can do another one. Let's take and see if we can check in. For example, let's see. I'll check in at my BBS over here. Since this one's local, I'm just going to use my local host name. And you can see it works just fine. All good. And you can definitely see here the throttling that happens, basically having an effective baud rate of 1200 bits per second, but you know, that's just the nature of this thing being written in BASIC. Let's go ahead and check my mail. Okay, I've already read those, and I think we're okay. But just for the sake of completeness, yeah, let's go to conference number 2, and let's read message number 24. We'll read message number 24, sure. Yeah, seems to be working just fine. As you can see, all the ASCII stuff works just fine. Now, of course, Netcat doesn't have any file transfer facilities as part of its program. That's just not part of its function scope. But they could just as easily be added if you really wanted them to be. We'll go ahead and goodbye. We're done here. Are we sure? Sure, absolutely. And there we go. Back out again. And because this is a wrapper around the end device, it works with all of the protocols that the end device supports, such as Telnet, for example. Let's see. Let's go to level 29, for example. Now for this one, I do need to take and turn on carriage return and line feed translation so that those things work correctly. So I'll add that option at the end here. And you'll see right here, level 29 runs, and because we're doing telnet processing right off the bat, there's no garbage at the beginning with the IAC control characters. And because this is using the standard editor device, if you want to use this with 80 columns, you can. In fact, I could have just as easily done that. Maybe I could. Who knows? We'll check some new messages. I won't read all of them. We'll just pick one of them for sure. Yeah. And you can see, boom, works just fine. All good. Okay, we'll quit. And we'll go ahead and log off. Now you'll see we're done, disconnected, and all thing is fine. Netcat, as you can see, works pretty much just anywhere. So, I mean, for example, I know I'm going to kick myself for doing this. Just to show that it can be done here, we're going to take and check this host right here. And you can see right there, we were able to take and connect and get a web page and bounce it back. Okay, in this case, I can has IP. It works just fine. Boom, done. Yay. So as you can see, it's a very powerful little tool. And I hope you guys can really start to see some of the things that you can do when you start thinking outside of the box of the R device and the Atari 850 and thinking of things like a modem. A lot of interesting possibilities open up. So with that, I'm going to take and end this video here. So until next time, guys, have fun.